The clock on the wall glowed 12:07 a.m., its red digits cutting through the darkness of the small living room. Sara sat curled up on the couch, wrapped in a soft blanket, scrolling lazily through her phone. Her assignments were finally done, the house was clean, and for the first time all week, she felt like she could breathe. The house was quiet, normally a comforting silence, but tonight it felt different. Heavy. The kind that presses down on your chest as though something unseen is watching. Waiting. She brushed the thought away. Just the usual late-night imagination. The trees outside rustled weakly in the winter wind, and the old wooden windows made their usual clicking noises. Nothing unusual, but the silence between those clicks felt too long, too deep, too deliberate. Sara reached for the remote and began flipping through channels, hoping to drown her thoughts in noise. That's when her phone buzzed. She glanced at it lazily, the screen lit up with a familiar name. Amy. A late-night call from her mother wasn't common, but it wasn't alarming either. Maybe she forgot something, maybe she wanted to remind Sara to lock the doors. Sara smiled softly and answered. Assalamu alaikum, Amy. But she didn't hear the warm, gentle tone she expected. She heard panicked breathing. Shaky. Fast. Almost as if someone was running. Then her mother's voice finally came through, low and trembling. Beta, don't open the door. No matter what happens. Sara sat up straight. What? Amy, what's wrong, are you okay? Her mother didn't answer the question. Instead, she repeated even more urgently. Don't open the door. Don't. Open. The door. And then the line went dead. For a long moment, Sara just sat there, phone pressed against her ear, staring into the darkness of the room. What did she mean? Why was she whispering? Why did she sound terrified? Sara immediately dialed her mother back. No answer. Tried again. Call failed. Her heart began to thump harder in her chest. She tried calling her father. Nothing. Just endless ringing. She stood up, pacing the room. The silence felt heavier now, as if the air itself was holding its breath. Something was wrong. Very wrong. She grabbed the house phone and dialed the landline of her parents' house. Off. No ringing, no tone. Just a dead connection. A cold shiver traced her spine. She was about to call her mother's number a third time when... Knock. 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 Her body stiffened. The sound came from the front door. Slow. Deliberate. Her mother's voice echoed sharply through her mind. Don't open the door. Sara approached the door slowly. Each step felt heavy, weighted with dread. Her bare feet pressed lightly against the cold marble floor as she tiptoed forward. Her living room was dim, only a small lamp near the window was on, its light barely reaching the door. Everything else was swallowed in heavy darkness. Another knock came. This time slightly louder. She pressed her eye against the peephole. Nothing. Just the empty front porch lit faintly by the streetlight. No shadows. No movement. Her breath fogged the peephole slightly. She pulled back, wiping it with her sleeve, and checked again. Still nothing. She swallowed hard. Maybe some kid. Neighbor. But who would knock at midnight? Her phone buzzed again. She almost jumped out of her skin. This time it was a text message. From her mother. Don't go near the door. Sara froze. Her phone immediately rang again, her mother calling. She answered instantly. Amy? What's happening? Please tell me what's wrong. But all she heard was a whisper. Stay away from the door, it's not me. And the call ended again. Sara backed away from the door, her hands trembling violently now. Her mother was nowhere near the house. So who or what was knocking? She grabbed the landline phone again, planning to call the neighbors, when she heard it. A voice from outside the door. Soft. Sweet. Familiar. Beta opened the door. Not a syllable different. Not a breath off. As if it was playing a recording. Sara stepped back further, her heart pounding so violently she could hear it in her ears. Who are you? She whispered. Silence. Then opened the door. This time the voice was deeper. Wrong. Distorted. Not her mother. Not human. The lights flickered. Once. Twice. Then steadied again. The knocking continued faster now. More urgent. More violent. She grabbed her phone again and called her neighbor, Uncle Bashir, who lived next door. No answer. She called the family living across the street. No answer. She tried her mother again. Her phone vibrated with another message. Sara, listen carefully. I'm still at the hospital. I lost my phone earlier. I borrowed someone's phone to call you. Sara stared at the message, horror gripping her throat. Her mother wasn't outside. Her mother wasn't even near the house. She typed quickly, fingers shaking. Then who is at the door? 3 dots appeared, her mother typing. But they vanished. Then reappeared. Then vanished again. Then a single message came. Don't let it in. The knocking suddenly stopped. Silence. A suffocating silence that made the darkness feel alive. Then, creak. The doorknob slowly began to turn. By itself. Sara stumbled backward, eyes wide with terror. She sprinted to her bedroom, slamming the door behind her, locking it with trembling hands. She pressed her back against the wooden door, breathing fast, struggling to stay quiet. Her phone buzzed again. A voice message. From her mother. She hesitated before playing it. Her mother whispered urgently. Sara, it can mimic voices. It can sound like me. It knows your name. Whatever you do, don't listen to it. Don't look at it. Don't open the door. A few seconds of static. Then another voice joined in the recording, deep, distorted, almost amused. She can't help you. Static. Message ended. Sara dropped the phone in horror. From the other side of the bedroom door came slow footsteps, not the footsteps of a person. These were heavy. Dragging. Uneven. Like something pulling its body across the floor. Thump drag. Thump drag. Thump drag. They stopped directly outside her bedroom door. Sara covered her mouth, terrified the sound of her breathing would give her away. The doorknob twisted. Then rattled violently. She pressed her body harder against the door. Go away, she whispered, tears streaming down her cheeks. Please go away. The thing scratched at the door. Long, slow strokes. Not with nails but with something harder. Sharper. Wood splintered softly under the pressure. Then the scratching stopped. Silence again. But this silence felt different. Not empty. Expecting. Her phone began to ring. Sara jumped. Unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. A voice whispered. Sara, are you safe? Her heart skipped. Mama. Yes, Beta. I'm coming home. Stay in your room. Don't come out. Amy, I'm scared something is outside. I know. I'm almost there. Just don't leave the room. No matter what you hear. Sara was about to reply when she froze. Because from outside her room, she heard the exact same voice, the same tone, same trembling whisper speaking through the door. Sara, are you safe? Her stomach dropped. One voice was on the phone. The other was inches away. She whispered into the phone. Amy, if you're on the phone, who is outside my door? The voice on the phone didn't answer immediately. Then she whispered. Beta, that's not me. Don't open the door. Something slammed against the door violently, making the entire frame shake. Sara screamed, stumbling backward. The thing outside roared a sound unlike anything human. Let me in. Sara ran to her closet and pulled the doors shut, curling up behind her clothes, praying the creature wouldn't hear her. Outside, the banging grew more violent, the wood cracking under pressure. Then suddenly, silence. Total silence. Sara stayed frozen, clutching her knees, tears dripping onto the carpet. Minutes passed. Maybe 10. Maybe 20. She didn't know. Finally, she whispered to herself. Maybe it's gone. She slowly reached for the closet door. And that's when a cold, rasping breath exhaled directly behind her ear. Found you. Sara screamed and turned, but the closet was pitch black, darker than darkness should be. Something moved inside the darkness, something huge, something wrong. She felt a cold hand wrap around her ankle. She kicked, screaming for help. Please. Somebody help me, please. The darkness pulsed almost like it was alive, swallowing sound, swallowing light. The creature's grip tightened painfully, dragging her deeper into the black void that had no floor, no walls, no end. Sara clawed at the carpet, her nails tearing, her fingers bleeding, but the thing was too strong. Her phone lay on the floor outside the closet, screen lit up with a new incoming call. Amy calling. Her hand reached toward it. Barely inches away. Please don't take me, she sobbed, voice breaking. But the creature only pulled harder. Her fingertips brushed the glowing screen just for a moment before she was yanked completely into the darkness. Her scream echoed. Then cut off. The closet door slowly swung shut. Click. An hour later, Sara's real mother arrived home with police officers after receiving Sara's terrified messages. They entered the house cautiously. Everything was silent. Too silent. The living room was untouched. The front door was locked from the inside. Her bedroom door was cracked, splintered from the inside, but still shut. They opened it. The room was empty. Except for the phone on the floor, screen still glowing with a missed call. The closet door stood slightly ajar. Inside, there was nothing. Just darkness. No sign of Sara. No struggle. No footprints. As if she had never been there at all. Her mother fell to her knees, sobbing, clutching the phone to her chest. The police could only stare at the closet, wondering how a girl could vanish from a locked house with no windows open. None of them noticed the faint message slowly appearing on Sara's phone screen, written by an unseen hand. One door was enough. At 3:47 a.m., her mother's phone rang. She answered with shaking hands. Hello. A familiar voice whispered. Amy, open the door. The call ended. And the knocking began.